I'm usually not wrong about a lot of things, but holy moly, today I have been wrong about absolutely everything. Number one, I thought if I arrived to an airport early, I'd be able to get on an earlier flight because I'm just one guy and I can sneak on an empty seat. But no, every single seat on every flight to New York is booked, packed, and oversold, and flights are being canceled because of weather. So I'm stuck here for hours and hours and hours. I'm like hour 6 or 5 right now, stuck in this airport right now, and I want to cry. Number two, I thought I was in a Disney store because everything around me was Marvel, and Disney owns Marvel, and there's Marvel at the park, so I thought that it was a Disney store. No, it was Universal, because Universal owns the theme park rights to Marvel, which I didn't know, which is insane, because they have a whole Marvel world in Disneyland, but that's not the point, because the biggest thing I was wrong about today was the Pokemon Showcase. I know. Your favorite video game news guy, Scootish, who you should like, comment, and subscribe to right now, by the way, was completely wrong about this event. There's a little alligator behind me, and he's freaking me out. I don't like this alligator. That's neither here nor there. Completely wrong about the event, though. I called out that I thought they were going to bring the Game Boy games and the Game Boy Advance games to the virtual consoles today because it just kind of made sense. Their teaser kind of showcased their old Gen 1 sprites, the old Gen 1 music. I thought it was going to be the Gen 1 games, and maybe the Gen 2, and possibly the Gen 3 games because it would give so much love and life to those virtual consoles. But I couldn't have been further from the truth. Let's go through what happened in this event so we can kind of understand what's happening. First off, they showed off a new Netflix show called The Pokemon Concierge. It takes place at a Pokemon hotel. It stars a Psyduck maybe, and a person named Haru. And it looks great. It's stop motion, it looks fun, looks inviting. I'll probably check it out. Probably is gonna be cute. And they got into the mid stuff, you know, the Pokemon Unite. Like, I was really into Unite, but I'm kind of off. I think it's weird that they're adding Zacian, but whatever. And it's kind of boring, getting a little stale to keep seeing. Like, nothing is that exciting in my eyes. They showed off Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic. That looks insanely cool, but I don't know why they're doing it, because they just could do a set in the Pokemon card game, and that'd be really cool. I don't know why they're calling it Classic, because I don't think the game's actually changed that much back from when the game was first introduced. It just kind of seems like a way to sell the old original cards again, when they just did that with Pokemon Celebrations, where it was all the old, you know, refurbished cards and reprints. I'm scared of them doing this because Magic did it, and it became just a big way to like exploit their consumers and buy the old cards that were really cool and well known. But it was like $100 per pack. I just hope that they're well priced and it's not too expensive. But moving forward, Worlds Japan is cool. That's exciting. They showed off Pokemon Masters EX. Who cares? I just don't care about that game. And I think the worst part is they're doing a whole thing where like, oh, what if the 3 rivals from Pokemon Sword and Shield, what if they became the champion? Oh my God. What if Hop got a voice actor? I want to punch Hop's voice actor. What if Bidet's name was Bede? His name is Bede, and I thought it was bidet for the longest time. I thought it was bidet. I thought it was the thing that cleans your butt when you take a poop. And it makes sense because I thought it was a play on the word because his name was he's a jerk. I thought his name was bidet, but I was wrong. It's Bede. And if Marnie was the champion, Marnie can be the champion. I like Marnie. Everyone likes Marnie. Marnie's sick. But you know, aside from that, didn't really care about Pokemon Masters EX. Really didn't care about Pokemon Cafe. Really don't care about Pokemon Cafe. Everyone, you know, talks about Pokemon Cafe and it like says they play it, but I've never seen it played ever. And it just, it seems like shovelware. It seems like bad Pokemon Troze. Just make a good Pokemon Troze if you want Pokemon Cafe mix. I don't know. I'm not into it. I like seeing the cute little drawings of the Pokemon they do for that, but I'm not into it. I was huge asleep at this point, and I think that was their point. Because that's when they announced Pokemon Sleep is finally coming to the market. That's a game that they announced a couple of years ago, and we didn't really know how it worked because their whole thing was that they were going to let us sleep to play the game to catch Pokemon. And that is wild to me, and I still don't really get it. Basically, you tell your phone when you go to sleep, and Pokemon will start populating around you once they listen to you sleep, and they kind of pick out your sleep pattern and show you how to have better sleep. I'm always weird by those apps because how do you just instill that you get better sleep? I don't know. You just go to bed at the right time, and that's kind of the game. Go to bed at the right time, sleep 8 hours. That's the video game. But I think like some of it is like short sleep in order to get some Pokemon, so you need to take like naps. But I'm not a napper, and I don't want to nap to get 100% this game. I don't know. It's a huge miss for me, but everyone seemed to be really excited. But I think it's the meme that they were excited for, not so much Pokemon Sleep. Next up, they announced the Pokemon Go Plus, a new real-world item that's just a little Pokeball thing that you can hold in your hand that will interact with Pokemon Go and Pokemon Sleep. For Pokemon Sleep, you just hit it, and it'll put you in sleep mode, and it will track your sleep. It has a microphone, does the same thing that your phone would do. And then with Pokemon Go, it works exactly the way the Pokemon Go Plus does. The little band that goes around your arm and then you hit the button to catch and interact with the world. Again, not my thing, but someone might buy the Pokemon Go Plus. I'm not going to buy Pokemon Plus because I respect my dollar, and I think the Pokemon Go Plus is a really, really dumb name. Lastly, we have a whole bunch of news from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. First up, the two legendaries that were alluded to in each game, the Walking Wake, which is a Suicune dragon thing, and Iron Leaves, which is Virizion. Cool Pokemon that are getting representation. The Walking Wake looks like Suicune if he was malnourished and hair practiced. He is going a little wild. He's a little prehistoric monster guy, and I think he's supposed to, and he nails it. And Virizion just looks like a metal Virizion. Bad Paradox form for Virizion, cool Paradox form for Suicune, I think. Now, I think it's really cool, but I'm disappointed that it's not an event that gives off a little story with these characters. Instead, it's just a raid event. And I feared that. I feared that with Pokemon a lot, that they are going down this route where all the games are just pumping Pokemon in through raid battle events and not giving any story, not giving any context to these monsters. And I think that sucks. And I wish they would give us a little bit more to work with and love. They also announced a new DLC, The Hidden Treasures of Area Zero. Phase 1 being the Teal Mask, Phase 2 being the Indigo Mask. The Teal Mask is the biggest fake out, and I'm so upset about it. It was all the same kind of vibe Pokemon Legends Arceus had, and I thought we were getting a new Legends thing, and I thought that was going to be sick. Even if the Legends thing was set in Paldea, I would love it. I love Legends. I was so excited to go back to that world, but no, it's just you're going to a festival, and there's a little Indigo Mask guy, and he's upset with you or something. I forget their names, but I just know that he has an Indigo Mask, and I know there are 3 Pokemon that are associated with him, and they look awful. Their designs are terrible. There's a little monkey guy with a little headband, and he looks like Mojo Jojo from the Powerpuff Girls, and I hate him. I hate him so much, I don't want to learn his name. Phase 2, Hidden Treasure looks more battle-focused, and basically you're a transfer student for a new school, and it looks very battle-focused, very battle-heavy, and there's a little turtle guy with all the terraforms on his back. I like him. He's friend-shaped, and he's nice. He's nice. But we didn't see any gameplay from either of those DLCs, so I'm not super excited about them because we saw just concept art, basically, and that's fine. There looks to be a new character that travels with you in the first DLC and in the second DLC, which is nice that we get a new character and we'll probably get a full story, but I'm going to miss the characters that they introduced that didn't really get a full-fleshed story, like Arven and Penny and Nimona. Even though I personally don't really like Nimona, I know a lot of people do. I would have liked to travel more with Nimona because I feel like we didn't get a lot of Nimona, in my opinion. I would like to see a little bit more. But we got a lot of Arven. Arven had a full story. But generally, I thought this was a bad showcase. I thought this wasn't that well put together, and I thought this wasn't that well made. In my humble opinion, I really feel like they could have had a huge knockout of the park if they just showcased the GBA games on the Switch. It seemed like a slam dunk. Nintendo announced the virtual consoles for those old consoles, the Game Boy Advance, and everyone knows Pokemon made those consoles. Pokemon made those video game years. Pokemon is the largest corporation in the world. Pokemon is the largest game on Nintendo. You can't deny that. You can't fault that. So why wouldn't they take the easy hit win? I really don't know. What do you guys think? Why didn't they take the easy win? Why didn't they put those games on the virtual console today? Let me know, because your favorite video game news guy is dying to know. Let me know in the comments below, and all right, goodbye. I'm going to go get a Wendy or something. Goodbye. Goodbye.